So welcome back to the Dragon Shed for another soaping creation. This is soap number 3, I believe, which is slightly more difficult than the previous. So I've gone from a Castile soap to a shampoo soap, and now I'm going to do a milk soap. So what I need first is to prepare my ice water. So I've got a washing up bowl with some cold water. I'll just drop in some ice. Make sure my hands are pretty dry at this point. Okay, and in this tray I've got oat milk, which I've frozen. Now I'll cut to my previous attempt at mixing lye and oat milk. Colour than actual milk. So again, not using a reactive jug, just glass or plastic. And unlike with just using water, I can't see if this has gone clear, so I'm just going to stir it until I think it's dissolved. Ooh. Because this milk has not long come out the fridge, I'm getting some sort of reaction. Don't know if that's a good thing or not. That's odd. It's getting hot, as I expected it to. I didn't expect it to do this. $112 grams of lye. Now, as with the previous soaps, I'm not going to fast forward any of this. I'm going to do it all in real time. A lot of the soap making videos I've seen, they just fast forward or cut the next bit, so you don't know how long processes actually take. Ooh, too much. That's 112 grams of lye. Now this shouldn't take a long time at all, because the ice and then the ice bath should speed up the cooling and also make this react slower so that I don't end up cooking my milk. So I'm just going to hang that over the side here so it's just sitting in the ice bath. And I'm going to gradually add the lye. Now if you try and stick it in one addition, it's just going to cook. This bit takes a bit of time, but taking time at this point means you don't have to wait for everything to cool down later on. So you kind of need to stir it until that portion is reacted and all the granules are dissolved. I'm going to go for about 4 or 5 additions, depending on how fast this goes in. And because it's going into ice, it's not going to boil. You're not going to get that kind of steam plume that you normally get. See, it's gradually melting the ice. but also maintaining its own temperature, so should stop it cooking. It's getting a little darker, but not as dark as it did the first time. Now the research I've done says that with a milk soap it's going to discolour because it gets hot and the milk cooks. So ice in this initial stage is a good idea. If you're particularly concerned about it, you can put your soap in the fridge when it's done, or in the freezer, to slow down the reaction and keep it from getting too hot. But I'm not intending to do that. I might end up doing that anyway, but it's not my intention at this point. Okay, last bit. Pretty much all reacted and most of the ice is gone. I need my thermometer. It's only 22 degrees at the minute. It's probably going to heat a little bit more. So I'm going to unhook that and actually drop it into the middle of the bowl so that the lye water mixture is covered completely by the ice bath. So I'm going to push that to one side, and I'm going to mix, I'm going to measure out my oils. So first of all, olive oil. Take these off now. I find they just make your hands sweaty. So olive oil, I need 150 grams. .151, I think that'll be fine. And then I need some sweet almond oil. So this is new off of eBay. I will put the links to my suppliers on the blog post with the full recipe. Zero that out. I need 1, 2, 5 grams of sweet almond oil. Yes, I could have had these measured before, but I think giving the lye time to finish doing its thing is probably a good idea at this point. So doing it this way. One, 2, 5. As I said, doing it this way helps everything to come together. So the lye is at the right temperature when I need to mix it into the oils. So that's my liquid oils. Just set them in the bowl. Okay, now I've got my solid oils. So, palm oil, 175 grams. think there's 175 here, but we'll see. Oh, it's 2. Okay. That's the one already opened. Oh no, 5, so I'll use that one first. The easiest way with these, with the palm oil in particular, because it's quite runny. Now I'm getting to the end of the bag. Don't have any compunctions about cutting the bag really. Zero that and just squeeze. Most of that in now. Get off. Quick wash of the hands. Just top this up to 175. Put that half of this back. Get off. Get off. Try not to get it on my hand. 165. 169. 3. 77, that'll do. Right. Palm oil, and again this is an organic fair trade certified brand. And now I need 468 grams of coconut oil. This is from the same company. Again, it's fair trade organic. So I need a lot. Hands in there. Come on, baby. Four, 3, 7. 448, 452, 466. Oh, come on. $470. 469. 468. Stick that back in the bag. down a bit, wash my hands again. Right. So I'm going to stick this in the microwave just to melt, so 30 seconds or so. Light's gone thick. It's slightly cooked, it's slightly discoloured, but nowhere near as curdled as it was previously. So I think that's been a success. Check that temperature to 31. Away the things I no longer need. So I didn't use my lye jar this time, so it's something less to wash up. A bit more room here. I've got here a fragrance oil, which is honey and vanilla, which I think is going to go with this because that's kind of what I'm putting in. All my research suggests that a vanilla fragrance is going to cause it to discolour. So again, I'm not concerned about the colouring of this. If I was particularly concerned, I would add some colours to it maybe, but I don't think I need to. So I'm unsure whether or not I should do some rectangles or just my honeybee mould. So I might do a bit of both, get to that point. And I've got here some just runny honey. It's not organic stuff, it's just standard, box standard, own brand honey, which again my research suggests that this is going to cause some discolouring and probably some extra heat. If you add sugar to it and it does heat it up a bit more. Right, I'm also going to add some oats. So again, standard oats. Probably 2-3 tablespoons. Still not quite there, so just stir. It got quite warm actually. Yeah. Whilst the last couple of bits melt in here, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of honey. It's going into the hot, so that's going to melt in. So there's that all melted. All these oils into here. The honey's still settled. Okay. So stir that around and help that honey a bit more. As honey is water based, and adding it to an oil is going to be difficult anyway. So that's that. I'm going to add my oats into oils. Plug in the mixer, and the glass can go back on at this point. Okay, check the temperature. So temperature here, 34, there, and it's 24. Okay, so I've cooled that down a bit too much. Going to remove the lye, dry it off. I'm going to trade over and put the oils into this bowl. So ideally, I think I've probably said this before, oils need to be within 5 or 10 degrees of the lye. So I don't need to take very much off, just enough. Double check this temperature, it's 22, 26, hello, 24. Here it's 34, so that's kind of at the maximum difference, and I don't really want to be at the maximum. Not when I'm adding sugar to this, so it's going to get hot anyway. So, just going to stir it for a couple of minutes, just to bring it down a bit. So again, I'm doing this all real time, so you're going to see every stage of the process at actual speed. Because although people like short videos, a beginner like me wants to see how long things take to happen. Like with the Castile soap, the first time I tried it, I think I did it right, but I didn't know that I'd done it right. So the second time I tried it, I added less water and it got thick really, really quickly. So this way at least you watchers out there will know the pitfalls and the speed at which things react. So just to recap, if you weren't listening, I have 200 grams of oat milk mixed with 112 grams of lye. In this bowl I have 150 grams of olive oil, 125 of sweet almond oil, 175 of palm oil, and 468 grams of coconut oil. I've also added in about a tablespoon of honey and 2 or 3 tablespoons of oats. So I'm just bringing this down to, I want to go to about 28, I think, as the lye is at about 24. I think I definitely want to be within a couple at this stage. drain that off, get rid of this. Okay, so here comes the interesting bit. Now, depending on previous experience, this could happen really, really quickly, or it could take ages, so we shall see. So I'll give this one last stir, pour right into the bowl. Make sure I scrape all of this out, or at least 99.9% of it. Right. I'm going to give it an initial stir. Just to get started. Okay, and then whizzy toy. Porridge at the minute. Don't do that. So in the recipes it says you want it to be like a thin pudding. In the UK we don't really do pudding. So I'm going to say it's, I don't know, single cream. Now this is probably going to thicken up once I put the fragrance oil in, so we shall see. Oh, it smells gorgeous. That has definitely gone a bit of whipped cream now. Scrape off the blender. Now, oh, blimey. Accelerated considerably. Okay. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. That was unexpected. Future reference, you don't need to blend it quite as long. Okay, I'm going to smush this in as far as I'm able. It's already getting quite hot. Okay, so I've just tidied up and started the dishwasher. That's the noise you can hear in the background, and this has already got 48 degrees. I covered it and then when I ran over the top with a rolling pin just to try and level it out a bit. So yeah, it's certainly heating a lot faster than my previous batch. So have a look at that in 24 hours. Right. Okay, so most of the time with soaps you wait about 24 hours. This has had a little bit more than 12 and it is rock hard top and bottom. So I think that's pretty much ready to come out. So I'm going to start by removing all that scent fabric. I'm going to clean and these kind of loose cornery bits. I don't want them spraying everywhere when I'm trying to figure this out. Right, this is a fairly intricate mould, so considering how fast this solidified, I'm not entirely sure how well I was able to get the shape, really. So we shall see. So I'm just going to peel back. Okay, not very well. Very, very blobby. Okay. So, it's a poor ugly looking creature. We've got maybe one or two that are neat, the rest are very blobby. Not great. I don't have any glycerin rivers, I don't appear to have any soda ash. So other than it looking a little bit atrocious, it's not too bad. So I'm going to start cutting this. Now I've gone and picked a fairly awkward shape to cut. So I've got a scraper here that's got a shortish blade. So hopefully, yeah, let's do these kind of individually in order to get them out. I don't think this one is intended to be this deep. Oop. If I'd had more time, I would have just done them about that deep and the rest in the square moulds. So, scent is good. You can see the oatmeal in there. So it has discoloured, but I think I've made soap. Just a little faster than last time. So let's